HorseGym with boots, number 27. Good backing equals good leading. Might seem a bit strange, but backing up is a great way into good leading forward. We're going to use a mat in a corner. I've got a couple of jump stands to make a corner, so it's obvious to the horse that he's not going to go forward. And we're going to start with something that I like to call the Finesse Back Up, where I run my hand gently up the rope toward the halter, and at a point of contact I turn to face the back of the horse and put energy backwards. This is a slow motion repeat. Raise the rope slightly, run my fingers very gently up the rope toward the halters to a point of contact that the horse understands as a cue, which is about there for boots at this moment. Turn to face the back of the horse, and the minute the horse even thinks of backing up, stop, click and treat. Remove the pressure, click and treat. So we're going to go forward to the mat, and the horse earns a click and treat for going to stand on the mat. Lift the rope slightly, run my hand very gently up the rope toward the halter, and you can see that Boots is now clued in about what is earning the click and the treat. It's backing up, so she's being very aware of when I ask her to back up. And when I ask her again, you can see that it's very easy for me to get as many steps as I want. Note that the rope is in my hand nearest the horse, and when I give my cue for backing, I use my outside hand. I bring my outside hand across, and run it up the rope and ask for the backup. When we're doing such concentrated work, it's really important to have a spot where we can go to chill out. So here I've got a second mat for that purpose. And back to work. Show the next way of teaching the backup. I'm going to use stick energy out in front. And you'll see Boots is a bit bemused. She says, "Do you want me to target that?" And I say, "No." "Do you want me to pick it up?" And I say, "No." And she's thinking, oh, we're doing backing. Maybe she wants that energy to tell me to come back. And the moment she thought of stepping back, I stopped the energy. So starting again, and she's thinking, what's that meaning? And I'll go back. And again, the moment she thought of backing, I stopped for a click and treat. And now she says, right, this is another way we're going to back up. It's another backup cue, which will be handy to know in a few situations that we're going to look at in the future. And it's just energy way out in front of the horse. If you're using a stick and string, you can just flick your string way out in front of the horse. There's no need to touch the horse because they're very conscious of energy disturbing the air around them. And that's quite nice. And we're back to the mat to show the second way of asking for backwards. It's jiggling the rope upwards. You can see me jiggling the rope there, and Boots knows what that means. She's been taught it previously. You may have to jiggle a little bit harder when you start, but you can see I just have to lift the rope and she understands what it means. So I'm exaggerating here for your benefit, not because she needs that much energy to understand that I want her to come back. It's a handy one to use when you're riding. This time we're going to use a stick cue on the chest. So you can see I've got the stick in my outside hand, and I just reach across to touch her chest with it lightly. And now I'm using my hand cue on her chest. I'm just putting my hand out and twisting it so that my palm is facing her chest. It's a bit hard to see what I'm doing. There. And that's a nice handy cue, especially if you've taught your horse to back up with a hand cue on the chest. Now I'm going to use a hand signal with my outside hand up at about her eye level, and I'm just waving my fingers back and forth. For detailed thin slicing notes, free as PDF files, contact us below.